Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Sloppy to Rocky. One more day of learning, one more day of development. And if you have seen my last video, I was learning how to work with simple shapes. And if you're new to my channel, well, then know this channel is of a learner who is trying to document his journey as a student. I am not a Adobe Illustrator Pro guy. I'm just learning. There were two reasons why I thought it would be a good idea to do it. One was, of course, the fact that trying to learn this amazing field of graphic designing is quite intimidating. So a lot of times I tried in the past, but I gave up because I feel it was too difficult. It is something that I cannot learn, or even if I try to learn, I'll never be really great at it. So this time around, I decided I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to develop. And I hope, because when I was trying to learn, or sorry, as I am trying to learn Adobe Illustrator, I could feel that there are all these great people who are doing a wonderful job at teaching others what this powerful software is and what it can do for you. But the thing is that if you are new, you might be very confident all by yourself that all right, I'm just going to do it, I'm going to learn it, watch and do it. But you could be someone like me who was quite intimidated, always and always trying to get into a competitive field. So I thought that I will document it, and it will serve two purposes. One is that I would be able to freely go ahead and learn and see myself grow, and at the same time, um, I thought it would be a good idea if young guys, or you could be from any age, a young teenager, a school going kid, you could be just 12, 13-year olds, or you could be well into your 40s and 50s who want to learn it and get good at it. So I thought it would be nice to share this journey and experience of learning so that more people like me would be able to relate with it and would be able to say that, oh, oh, that's a student learning, not a pro teaching. Let's see. Let's see. What can he do? And so in the process, I hope others can learn for themselves. So that's pretty much it. And you know, since I'm just beginning out, please bear with me if I'm wasting too much of your time. But I thought this is a message that I wanted to give to others and to myself, of course, that why am I really doing this? Why is it so important for me? And here is the reason. You can see it on your screen. And having said that, in future videos I'll just talk about my introduction, just for a few seconds, and I would directly get on with work. If somebody serious enough who would follow me and learn and teach me in the process, I think they would understand the effort and time I'm trying to put in here. So let's get on with what I want to do. So I'm going to delete this. And yesterday we were working with some simple shapes, with rectangles, with circles, with straight lines, with dots and everything. So I'm going to continue with that, and I'm going to try and create a pattern out of it and see what we can do. So I'm going to take a square here. This is one square. Let's keep it this way, a light greenish color. It's always nice to be able to see what you're working with. So we have this, and we have a circle. I'll press shift and make a circle here. And now these are the two basic shapes that I'm going to work with and slowly develop it into other shapes. So these are the two basic shapes, and with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take copy of these both. I will select them with the Now by pressing the mouse button and dragging over it by making this box, it will select both of these. Now I will press alternate, and just drag a shape out of it. Oh, it didn't work. I'm a student, so I'll go back, I'll press alt, and there you go. I have a copy. So now what? Now let's try to create more shapes. If you have seen my previous video, I created a a semicircle and then a half D out of it. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to take it here, about this size. Maybe I'll keep it small like this, and we can do something about it. Yeah, I'll also take a copy out of this here, and I'll make it a lot more smaller like this. And this is, I think, the width that I'm going to work with. Now if I make a D out of this, I'll match it with this width. So now what? Now I'll change slightly the color of this box, make it look like this, and now I'm going to select these both. Oh, what's this? I don't know. I'll just press escape, come out of this, select these both, and I'll try to align them. I'll go here. These are some of the settings that are automatically already given when you open up. If it's not here, you can always go to Windows. As a new student, whenever I would watch in the recent past from other people who are trying to do something or who are trying to teach, actually the coaches, wonderful people out there on YouTube and other platforms as well. So I would always feel puzzled. Okay, where is my docking this window? I'm not even getting the name right. I'll learn about it. But every time, if you are new and you are unable to find, if you're trying to find transform or align or swatches or color, remember that it is like a small window. It's a small window. So if you ever lose it, here is the word window, and you can have all these things here for you. From here you can take it back. So for example, I was looking for colors. It should be here somewhere. There it is. I'll press it, it comes back again. I can hold it from here, push it in here. You can see a blue line highlighted, now trying to show me how is it going to adjust here. I'll release it, and here it is. So I'll go to align, and I'll take this both, and I will align them horizontally, and I will align them vertically. So they are now aligned, two objects that are aligned along the horizontal line and along the vertical center, the horizontal center and the vertical center. Why am I doing this? Because you already know I want to cut this into a proper half. So for that, I will select this, and I'll press shift, and I'll just slowly drag it down. It will try to snap itself, intersect. Not getting it right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it above. So I need to bring this box above this. So for that, I can right click, and I can see in arrangement, and I want this to bring to front. Now let me try again and see if I can. Yeah, there you see it intersects with the center of this, but we can see it's smaller. So I can press shift, oh sorry, I can just drag it out, and now I have a perfect half. So I'm going to select these both again, and I'm going to select shape builder, which is shortcut shift M, or simply press it. Now as you go here, I want to delete it, so I'll press alt again and do this, drag it, draw it with my mouse, and there you go. I have my first half. I'll keep a copy of it, and I'll take another one. I did this by pressing alt and dragging. I'll take alt and drag. I'll change the color of this box, like this. And now let me see, is it above? Now it's again below. I'll right click, will arrange it, and I will bring it to front, and it's in front now. So what I want to do is I want to cut this into a quarter, Or is it really necessary for me to cut this into quarter? For the moment, I'll just cut it into quarter. Let's see. Or I'm trying to think. So this is how it is. When you watch professional videos, they already know what you're trying to do. I am trying to think. I want to create a D, and then I want to create a 1/2. How should I go about it? But I'll do it. I'll just create one and then cut that so that I'll have the preferred length. But I have this to help me guide this. The preferred length. This is what I was going to go with. This. So I'll give this a different color so that now this guy over here, I will delete its stroke. If you're still unfamiliar with these, this little box here, which is above, this is the fill, which means it will fill the area of a closed object or even an open object, and it will fill the whole space. This guy below here, if you click it, it will come above. This is the strokes panel, or sorry, the stroke style, if you can say. What it does is it gives you an outline. So for example, I have selected this, and I'll choose a lighter one, this guy. So if I want, I can give it a color. I can go here, and as you can see, I will enlarge the size for you to see. Wonderful. It has a stroke now. So this is the stroke, fill in stroke, as it already says here, fill in stroke, set interior and outline color patterns or gradients. So this is what is going on. So I'll press Ctrl Z and Z. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want it, I will remove it. In fact, I'll select all the objects and I will just press this to make sure that none of them has a stroke. I don't want a stroke. So I have this guy over here, so I'm going to create a copy of it, Ctrl C, and go here and paste in place and give it a different it's changing the stroke. Press Ctrl Z, bring this guy above and change the color. Okay, now as you may remember from my previous video, if you want the object to scale around its center or pivot point, you have to press Shift and Alt. So I'll press both Shift and Alt. Now you can see. Okay, so I will hold it, press Shift. Something I can go back. I'm learning. I can zoom in, and I will hold it and press Shift, and it intersects perfectly. Now you have a very healthy line. So what I'm going to do is bring it here, and I'm going to snap it here, and I'll zoom further. I can see, and that I want it to intersect here, there, perfectly. No, still not. I'll zoom more, and I will bring it here. Okay, so from here now I can see that this is the width. So I will again press Alt and Shift and try to increase the size here like this, and I will just press Shift and select it, press Shift and drag it above so that it aligns here. So now I have a closed shape. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut this out from this one. Okay, select both, again go to Shape Builder tool and press Alt so that turns minus, and take this away. So I have this one shape now. So I'll use this shape, and I want a quarter of this. So I'm going to delete this, zoom it out a little bit, bring this here, and create a copy out of this. Let's try to work a little bit faster, and not press Alt, alternate. So this is the, I want to take, yeah, what I'm trying to find the center here, which I have done, because when I bring it here, see, it intersects a little bit here. I'm trying to find that pink line that will come from here at center here. This is what I want to. There you go. It intersects. Now with the mouse button, I'll bring it above here. I'll select these both and press Alt and do minus, minus, all minus. There you have. So there I have my shapes. Now I have this one. I have the second one. I can use multiple copies of these to create shapes. I'll delete this. I will delete this. I'll bring them here above and keep them here for my reference, or I can even keep it outside if I want to. But for now, this is what I'm going to do. So let's try to create some shapes. Let's take this D and a copy of this and align it here, make it smaller. So I have this one shape. I'll keep a copy. Never forget to keep a copy, and both give them the same color. Wonderful. I have my first complex shape. There you go, like an opposite J. And I'll give it a bit light, darker color, or a more sort of a pastel shade. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this shape and take a copy, and I want this to turn 180 degrees. I'll bring the mouse cursor outside the just above corner and turn it around, pressing shift. There you go. And do we have a good shape? There you go. You have 3/4. That's another shape. And then I can see I forgot to keep a copy. Press Alt, bring it back here. As a new learner, this happens with you all the time. You always forget and you kind of get confused. So now I'll take this copy here, and I will take this copy here, and I can just zoom in and intersect it here. Is it perfectly intersecting? No, it's not. So there is a difference in width. Okay, it is intersecting here with the center. That is because there's a difference in width. So it's okay. I'm a new learner. It's okay. If they're not of exactly the same thickness, I can try to increase the thickness by Control Z and by pressing this and kind of trying to try and see some are better. So it's okay. I can reduce the length of this guy and make it into another small shape and give it the same color and make it kind of this dark shade. So this is another shade. I can press Control G. These are two different shapes. I press Control and G, which is control group, and this now becomes one single shape. I can take these two and Control G, one simple shape, Control Z, one simple shape, and now I can just take a copy of this and just rotate it, Control Z, hold shift, Control. So this is simply just another shape. Similarly, press Alt, take a copy, again rotate it, shift. That's just another simple shape. And I can take now all of these and I can align them towards the left, horizontal left alignment. There you go. Okay, and I can take these and reduce this size by pressing and holding shift, and I can make it smaller, or Control Z, and I can make it kind of medium here. So this is how you begin to create different shapes. I can take Alt, keep a copy here, and reduce its size, Control Z, zoom in a bit, and just reduce here. That's another shape. And what else can I do? And straight, try and create another shape. Take this, make it smaller, and turn it by 90 degrees. I forgot to press shift, control Z, back, shift, and I'll just keep it here. That's another shape. Oh, new pattern emerging. It's like a 7, and I can see there's a difference in the alignment and size. I can try and work over that. I can bring this guy above. I can arrange it, send to, bring to front, and I can align it here, kind of. There you go. I can increase its size, match it here, and that's one shape. Give it some sort of color, make it into a simple shape. Control G, group. Now I can take a copy of it and rotate it, or control Z, press shift and rotate it. And this is how you can create more patterns. One last pattern I want to try is take this, rotate it, control Z, control, and then take this guy, press alt, make it smaller, press shift, turn it around, keep it here, and then take this here, take alt, press shift, turn it around, and just put it intersected with here. That's another curvy shape. Oh, I can see there are differences. I can now put this away, try and match it here. I can zoom in and try and press and I can bring it here. You can increase a little bit of its width, and I can take this over here, try and align it here, intersect. Alright, I can make it into one more shape, and there you go, a curve path. Select all, press Ctrl Z. So as you can see, you can make a lot of shapes and turn that into patterns. So I'm not going to waste more of your time. The video is already about 20 minutes. I always keep it around 20 minutes. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to finish it here, but I will, make a full sheet of pattern just using these 3 basic shapes that I have used, and create a whole pattern sheet that I'll put in the video at the end for you to see what it looks like. Thank you so much. That's the end. So here it is. I'm almost at the end of it. These are the simple shapes that I have created, as I was saying in the video. If you might be thinking that why this background is purplish, that's because I've taken a square and just covered the whole screen with it. So here it is. You can create some patterns. These semicircles, small rectangles, half designs. These are 2 quarters, 2 halves like an M, turning into a J like rainbow. So this is, as a starter, this is what I feel like I can start with. And I'm working with the basic shapes. In the next video, I will try and work with more patterns, and this might not be too exciting to look at, but I think, what the heck, why not give it a go and see what happens. And I just hope with time I learn more, and hopefully someone is watching my video out there. He or she can give me suggestions on what I can do to improve my skills, what are things I could have done here, and so on and so forth. That's it. All you guys out there, happy learning.